We begin making this component. As you see here, that's the front and this is the back. By threading a size 12 beading needle with 1 arm's length span of 4-pound test crystal fire line or a suitable thread color to match your bead palette. Next, we pick up 5 gold, which is the main color here, 11/0s, 1 purple 11/0 accent bead, another 5 gold. Now, and then we add 1 10mm bead, which is your focal bead, followed by another 5 11/0 golds, 1 purple accent, and again another 5 gold. Bring all this down to the end, leaving a 3-inch tail. That's what you're going to need to hold on to as you're working. Now you take your working needle, come up through the focal bead and pull tight. Next, from the tail end, we're working our way up through all of these beads, all the 11/0s that are on left remaining. Bring our needle through, holding the tail, we're going to pull tight. And this is what we have right now. You have your focal bead and it's encircled on each side by your 11/0s. Now we're going to pick up 1 accent bead 11/0. Following the bead path, we're going to needle up through all of the 11/0s on the other side, following the bead path, coming out of all the gold ones. We're right at the opposite end of the bead. We're now going to pick up another accent bead, following the bead path. We're going to needle up through the first 5 gold main color beads on the opposite side, following the bead path. So now we have the 4 corners of our component has an accent bead. So we're coming out of the 5 gold ones. Now what we're going to do is we're going to double up these purple accent beads, each of them, so that they piggyback each other. And to do that, we have to pick up a purple accent bead, skip this previous accent purple bead and go needle through all of the gold ones, the 5 gold ones next to it. Pull tight. So now that bead is almost sitting right on top of the previous one. So we're going to continue doing that all the way around. So we're going to add another purple accent bead. Skipping the accent bead on the end, go through all the gold ones again, the 5 gold ones, pull tight. There we have our second piggyback accent bead. The third one, we do the same thing, skipping over the accent bead of the previous row, coming through the 5 gold main color beads till we reach the opposite end. We still have one more to add. Following through the gold beads. Now we're going to step up into that first accent bead that we added. And pull tight. So we have, this is what we have. What we want to do now is we want to add our 15 O's into this crevice, all the crevices all the way around. So in order to do that, we have to pick up 5 15 O's. We're exiting the contrast bead here. Now we're picking up 5 11O beads. Now we're going to enter the next 11O contrast bead, and our 15 O's will be sitting in this part of the bead. Now we'll continue this all the way around, adding another 5 15O beads and bringing it on through the accent bead that we had just done in the previous row. So now we have another 5 to add of our 15 O's. Whoops. Bringing it on through the accent bead. So we're filling that gap through, surrounding the focal bead. Once again, and coming through. Whoops. Okay. Okay, so we've come through the focal bead to surround the beads on this side. So now we have to fill in the other side. So in order to do that, we cross over into the gold, come up through the 5 gold main colors, and the accent bead on the other side. So now we have to fill in with 15 O's all the way around as we did on the previous side. So we're adding 1, and all the way around as we did before. Adding our 5 15 O's and coming through the purple accents. So this is what we have at this point. Both sides are identical. So I want to be coming out of one of the focal beads. So I'm just going to cross over to the other side so I can work in the direction that I prefer. Now I have to add a picot onto these edge pieces.